Well, we're back on Staten Island again. Today is a beautiful Monday, April 26, 2021. We're at Bay Terrace Station, just north of Great Kills. We're here to catch the evening rush hour on the Staten Island Rapid Transit, or the SIR. I was here a few weeks ago trying to get the rush hour, but it was messed up because of a fire on the southern end of the line, so hopefully tonight will be uneventful. We'll go to various stations to get these trains. And at 4 o'clock, here comes a St. George bound local. Staten Island Railway fleet is entrusted to some 1970s built St. Louis Car Company R44s. It'll be around another year or two before the R211s are delivered. And at 4:13, approaching now, is our first express train. The train is non-stop from St. George to Great Kills, which is the next station south of here. During the rush hour, they run every 20 minutes. And those cars are equipped with Westinghouse AA2 horns, similar to the Arrow MU cars on New Jersey Transit. Has kind of an interurban sound to it. I'm one station further north. I'm at Oakwood Heights. This is where I was a few weeks ago when things started to go haywire. There was a fire on the south end of the line. Trains were trapped down there, and I had to wait almost an hour and a half to get a train to St. George when they run normally every 20 minutes. Hopefully tonight I won't have that problem. That train is headed for St. George, local. Staten Island Railway is standard gauge. They've used Long Island Railroad MUs on this line many years ago. But other than that, it looks like a rapid transit station, but there's no turnstiles other than St. George and Tompkinsville. But other than those stations, you can ride between any other station free of charge. A great vantage point here at Oakwood Heights as we see a St. George bound local departing at 4:40. Should have an express going by here in a few minutes. Beautiful day today. About 62 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. About 3 more days, 2 days, 3 days, it's going to feel like summer around here. Close to 80. 4:43, here comes our next express for Tottenville. Next stop, Great Kills. heard is AA2 horn. They seem to sound the horns on expresses when they're approaching platforms. And at 4:54 approaching is a local for Tottenville. They're all 4-car R44 sets. St. George bound local departing New Dorp. 5:04, we have another Tottenville Express coming. Nice horn sound, reminiscent of the old Chicago North Shore and Milwaukee. Time is 5:12. We have a Tottenville local approaching. This station is somewhat in a cut, and the St. George bound side has a retaining wall. And 5:14, we have a St. George local coming in. And so far, knock on wood, the trains are operating on schedule. The express service pretty much operates every 20 minutes out of St. George until just before 8 o'clock at night. And they make the run non-stop from St. George to Great Kills in about 16 minutes. The locals take about 25 minutes. And at 5:23, here comes our next express, the 5:11 out of St. George. And I've heard varying intensity of those horns. Some are rather emphatic and others are rather timid. And 5:32 we have a local bound for Great Kills. Some rush hour trains terminated Great Kills. There's a storage yard there. And at the next station north at Grant City, which looks an awful lot like New Dorp. Just bouncing around, getting it off at all the stations that the express trains pass through. Stations in a commercial district. Street going across is appropriately Railroad Avenue. This station is like New Dorp, except it's built in reverse. The St. George bound platform is in a cut, but the Tottenville bound platform, that has the retaining wall. Got to be alert here because some of those Great Kills terminating trains appear to deadhead back to St. George to pick up another load. This station reminds me of some stations I've seen on YouTube videos of the Newcastle Tyne and Wear Metro in England. At 5:41 we have another express. This is the 5:31 express out of St. George. At 5:47, amidst the green foliage here, spring is here. Gonna have a meet. This is a St. George bound local. Should have a train going out soon after. Might as well get those things while they're still around, because in about another year or two they won't be. We have an outbound at 5:48. Great Kills bound. We're in the meat of the rush hour now, and the operating pattern now. The locals from St. George go to Great Kills, and that's the last stop. And the Tottenville trains are all expresses, making Great Kills the first stop after St. George. 5:55, we have a deadhead for St. George. Deadheads meeting here. Both of those trains had red placards on the windows indicating an out-of-service train. And we're at the next station north at Jefferson Avenue. I was here a few weeks ago. There's an interlocking just south of the station here, and they were single-tracked south of here, and trains were diverging because of the service disruption. Get some nice views at this station, and the station lies in a very nice residential neighborhood. In my opinion, this is about the best station to rail fan on the Staten Island Railway. North of Great Kills, got wide open vistas, it's in a nice neighborhood. You got good visibility of approaching trains in both directions, to say nothing of the CPLs at the interlocking south of here. Approaching at 6:11 is a St. George bound deadhead. Here comes an express, the 603 out of St. George. Considerable variations in horn blowing on these expresses. And here comes a local for Great Kills at 6:18. Here.
They're saying that we may be getting some new ones within the coming few years or so, maybe 3 or 4, but there's rumors, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know how rumors are.
Yeah.
Good trip.
Thank you.
Nice conductor. I think I spoke to him on the last visit. Here are those buttes, those B&O style color position lights, as the B&O is the owner of this real estate until the early 70s. I think this interlocking is called Adams. The AD would seem to indicate that, plus I saw it on the relay box. Looks like another St. George deadhead at 6:24. No diverging movements tonight. Between the outbound rush hour trains and the deadheads, this is one busy section of track. 6:27, we have another express for Tottenville. Taking it kind of slow. Here comes a local for St. George. Kills local arriving Jefferson Avenue from down below at 6:33. Absolutely beautiful evening. Beautiful neighborhood. The cherry blossoms are out in full force here. And the next station north at Dongan Hills. Well, this neighborhood isn't quite as elegant as around Jefferson Avenue. Looking to the west, that would dispel any rumors that Staten Island is flat. It's far from flat. It's a very unusual borough of New York City. Hilly, some areas downright rustic. Comes a great Kills bound local at 6:46. On the other side of the tracks at Dongan Hills as a St. George local comes in. Time is 6:53. Should have an express coming shortly as well. Off into the greenery. 6:54, here comes a Tottenville Express. Deadhead for St. George. It's weird seeing these R44 cars which look like the R46s that I rode on the A train earlier today. It's weird seeing those cars without letter placards in the windows. Kills ban at 7 o'clock. We're at Old Town now. Next station up, here comes an express. This is a nice Sylvan station. And got an interlocking to the north with CPLs. Deadhead for St. George. Great Kills local at 7:14. Old Town is one of those stations where you can say it's hard to believe you're in New York City. And we'll visit one more station. That's Grassmere. Get the tail end of the rush hour here. It's almost 7:30. Grassmere is one of the few island platforms. St. George Deadhead. Something coming south at 7:30. And at 7:40 we get to see the next to the last express train rolling through Grassmere. Seeing all kinds of wildlife here. Canadian geese, athletic cats jumping over third rail and under third rail. And I couldn't resist getting this station, Clifton. Get northbound CPL signals, the full signals, not the dwarf signals, and a sharp curve to the south. You can see a Brookville switcher parked on the storage track on the left. Clifton is where Staten Island Railway has their shops. Another deadhead move to St. George. 3 more stops. Stapleton, Tompkinsville, and St. George. Just a gorgeous evening. Nice crisp air. Very comfortable. Warming up the next couple of days. It'll feel like summer the day after tomorrow. Clifton. Not to be confused with Clifton, New Jersey. 7:55, here comes the last express. It's due out of St. George at 7:51. We've seen most of them, passed up a couple of them. right time. The sun set at 7:48. It's now 7:58. Tottenville local is approaching the Clifton station. Just got a clear signal on the CPL for a St. George bound train, which should be coming momentarily. Get to watch this train negotiate the sharpest curve on the Staten Island Railway.